Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at Arsenal's 6 next manager options, including Antonio Conte if Mikel Arteta gets sacked. Mikel Arteta has come under pressure after Arsenal's shocking start to the season. Arsenal have had a shocking start to the new Premier League campaign as they suffered top-flight defeats to new boys Brentford on the opening day before succumbing to Chelsea on Sunday, and pressure is continuing to grow on Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta. Arsenal failed to qualify for Europe for the first time in 26 years, and their poor form has carried over into the new campaign. The Gunners fans appear concerned, with a lot wanting Mikel Arteta gone. So these are 6 managers who could take charge at the Emirates. So the first person on the list is Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte is currently out of work after parting ways with Inter Milan in May. Antonio Conte enjoyed a stellar season at Inter last term as he led the club to their first Serie A title for over a decade. The Italian already has experience in England and won the Premier League title with Chelsea in 2017 before lifting the FA Cup a year later. Antonio Conte would be an exceptional appointment for the Gunners and would give them one up on North London rivals Tottenham, who missed out on appointing the 52-year-old following the sacking of Jose Mourinho. And Antonio Conte will have a different style to this Arsenal squad and really add some steel to the Arsenal players, as they have looked very weak when it comes to facing the big clubs, and the spirit is lacking when compared to the game versus Brentford. And with Antonio Conte's 3-4-3 formation, with that back 3 formation, it could make Arsenal a defensive unit once again and really start to get results under Conte. So the next person on the list is Paulo Fonseca. Another manager who almost ended up at Spurs earlier this year was Paulo Fonseca. The Portuguese appeared set to take the helm across North London, but apparently pulled out following the appointment of Fabio Paratici. Paratici reportedly wanted Fonseca to oversee a more defensive approach, something the attack-minded manager wasn't prepared to do. Fonseca would offer Arsenal an attacking philosophy, something fans were used to witnessing under Arsene Wenger, and the 48-year-old could be a popular appointment if sounded out. And Fonseca is someone that had had his time at Roma, but he did have some embarrassing losses as Roma manager as well. After that defeat to Manchester United was really embarrassing as a Roma manager and related him to getting sacked and being replaced by Jose Mourinho. And I think this is the appointment that Arsenal fans would not want to see after he was mocked when linked to the likes of Tottenham. So the next person on the list is Brendan Rodgers, Eddie Howe. And he has been out of work since leaving Bournemouth following their relegation from the Premier League in 2020. Eddie Howe is another manager who favours attacking football and had the South Coast side playing some impressive stuff in the top flight. The 43-year-old looks set to take over at Celtic earlier this year before talks came to a shuddering end, with Eddie Howe apparently only willing to take the job if he could take his own backroom team. If Eddie Howe were to move to Arsenal, it would likely result in a backroom clear-out, something which may not be a bad thing given the Gunners' dreary form in recent seasons. And Eddie Howe would instill a new philosophy, a new way of working, and he is someone that has worked with Bournemouth, and there were times where he has take that Bournemouth side into a real top side, but then after, when they got relegated, he realised that he didn't want to remain at the job, and he was someone that was also in contention to take the England job as well, so it could be a great appointment. So now we have Brendan Rodgers, and Arsenal may opt for a manager who is currently in work, but would suffer the drawback of selling out compensation. Brendan Rodgers has done a fine job at Leicester City and only just missed out on a Champions League finish last time out. But the 48-year-old seems settled at the King Power Stadium and dismissed reports linking him with Spurs at the end of last season. Brendan Rodgers is currently the favourite to be the next Arsenal manager, and the lure of the Emirates may prove too strong if he were approached for the role. And Brendan Rodgers is very well suited to taking a club that has been under the limelights and team that has been struggling and not reaching the heights they should be reaching. Brendan Rodgers can instill his own philosophy, bring in new players, and really make Arsenal a unit once again, as he has done with the likes of Leicester, Liverpool in the past. And he will be a great addition to replace Mikel Arteta. So the next person on the list is Ralph Hasenhüttl, and Ralph Hasenhüttl is another man being linked to the Arsenal job should it come available. The Austrian has had mixed success during 2.5 years with Southampton. Hasenhüttl led his side to a 16th place finish after taking over midway through the 2018-2019 campaign, before helping the Hampshire club finish 11th and 15th in the last 2 seasons. During his time at the club, he has overseen 2 9-0 defeats with Leicester City and Manchester United, both embarrassing Southampton by the mammoth scoreline. And when you hear the 9-0 defeats, it just reminds me of when Arsenal were defeated by Manchester United 8-2. And even though he has a good style of play, an attacking sort of play, which will get very well with the fans, he is also capable of making Arsenal lose 9-0 and really become a laughingstock at certain matches. But Hasenhüttl could be a different style of approach and could be seen as an easier option from the likes of Arsenal. But for me, I don't think he should be appointed as the new Arsenal manager. So the final person on the list is Roberto Martinez, and Roberto Martinez could be a popular choice to manage Arsenal given his friendly demeanour and Premier League experience. The 48-year-old worked wonders at Swansea City and Wigan Athletic, but failed to impress during an ill-fated spell with Everton. Roberto Martinez is currently in charge of the Belgium national side and took the country to the top of the world rankings. He has overseen impressive form during tournament qualification, but has failed to deliver on the big stage, and there are question marks over whether he has what it takes to take Arsenal back to their previous heights. And with Roberto Martinez in that stint with Everton, I think he's another option which Arsenal could take, but could be an easy option from the Arsenal board and Arsenal hierarchy, and I don't think it will be a manager that has bags of experience at the top level, even though he has managed in the Premier League before. So these are 6 options that could replace Mikel Arteta if he gets sacked, as Arsenal hierarchy have given Mikel Arteta 5 more games to really make a difference, and Mikel Arteta will be a manager that looks very likely to leave, and it's very highly tipped to leave and be replaced by one of the 6 next managers options that have been included in this video. But hopefully we can get one of the more elite managers such as Conte or Brendan Rodgers.